Hello, everyone. My name is Geer, a Hillgrove Band instructor here in Powder Springs, Georgia, and I am here on behalf of the Marching Roundtable talking to Mr. Antoine Miller, who is the band director at the Sounds of Success Marching Band in Florida, I believe, right?
That's right, South Florida.
That's right. So he is representing his program because they have a lot of big things planned in regards to going to a different country, I believe. So Antoine is here to talk about his band program and talking about what those things are entailed. So, Mr. Miller, tell us a little bit about your band program and what you guys are stirring up this upcoming season.
Sure. We're community based, and the name of the company is Sounds of Success Music Corporation. The marching band is just one entity under the corporation, and the marching band unit. It is an after school of course program. We do have a homework help program, so the kids are required to come to the homework program before touching any instrument. We pick up from a total of 6 public schools within our county. We train kids from scratch. Like this year, we have 120 participants, but out of 120, like a good 55 of those are beginners, never touched an instrument, never did band before. But we do train, students how to play instruments, and we do send them off to college. We do have 100% graduation rate here. Every child in our program is guaranteed a scholarship of some form to a school. What we have going on this year is we were the only community marching band that has been invited to perform in what's called London's Band Week. And what London Band Week is it's the Queen's official celebration month. The Queen actually has, from what I have been told, she has 2 birthdays. She had, oh, rest in peace for one. She had one that was in August, and then she had one in June. So the one in June is more like an annual celebration. It's going to be one that's going to be continued after this year. But as mentioned, we're the only community marching band going, and it's a lot of work involved, but we're most definitely, ready for the challenge. Our biggest challenge right now is desperately trying to get a down payment in of $50,000 by the end of this month to even secure our spot to perform at London's Band Week.
Perfect. And with that, I mean, like you said earlier, rest in peace to the Queen. Your program is not the traditional like BOA marching style program. Tell us a little about your culture there and what type of show do you
Sure.
have ready?
Well, a little bit about myself. I marched at Florida A&M University. I played the saxophone, so I'm from the March 100. So we pretty much bite off of that style of show. So we're more of a show style band. Traditional style is what they call it. And this year, our theme for sure, my show planning committee, we haven't 100% gotten down to what the main performance will be in London, but we do know it's going to be world peace. This whole year, our theme is world peace. We realize with so much going on in America, not just in America, but around the world. I feel as though that we're off track of where we should be. Not, I'm not going to say not knowing, but sometimes forgetting that love is the strongest aspiration in our world and that love will always conquer over hate. So we wanted to just do more of, showing world peace this year. So that will be our thing. We just don't know exactly what songs we're going to pull in for the UK. We do have Willie Spence from American Idol that will be traveling and singing with us as well.
So, what was your overall reaction when the London Band Week kind of approached you, and what has that process been like?
Well, as mentioned to everyone, when I first received the invitation, I thought it was a scam. So I didn't even respond to it. It took me really like probably like a full month to reply. And what made me reply was the event planner. His name is Joe. He's an outstanding guy. He first of all said, "Well, who don't want to perform in London?" That's a true statement. But then when he actually went about scheduling the Zoom, and I was able to see that it was a real thing, that's when I moved forward with it. And to me, it was the most exciting performance I could have ever received. I've been teaching music education for 11 years. I even taught within my district as well, and I have never received an invitation this high or this great. So when I seen it for one, and I knew that it was a real thing, I had to. It took me still a while to make sense of it because I'm like in my mind I started to doubt myself. I'm like, well, what made you reach out to me out of all of the multiple bands in America? We just this small community marching band from this little town in Palm Beach County. How did you find us? And I asked him that question. And he said that he was brought on a task to find a worthy community marching band. They were looking for a community marching band. And he said, and I actually tried this. He said when he went to Google and typed in community marching band, that we were the first band to pop up. And he said that down here, we're known for our energy. Like we're very energetic. Like when we do our dance routines or how we do certain things in the parade, like a typical band, we just do stuff different. Like I do know that different stands out. So like when we do a parade, I have the whole band to turn around and start marching backwards. And then we'll start dancing. Like we'll reverse everything. So it's like I guess it's the way that we do it. And I have babies in the band. So we go as young as 5 years old and we go up to 23. So to see a 5-year-old out there dancing at an instrument, it just goes the crowd mind crazy. So I guess, he said it was the way that we perform and the energy that ultimately, made him reach out to me for the interview. So, that's actually how it came about.
Wow. I mean, from 5 to 23 years old, a community band based in Florida that does a show style type of environment. Definitely seems very family oriented. And I know that over there in London, they would really like to see, the type of energy that you
Right. And
kiddos
he
provide.
even told me that we are the only traditional band that, that have been invited. So to me, that is very exciting as well, because I get to also showcase how it is in the HBCU world and the things that I have learned from a great HBCU like FAMU. Not just saying FAMU, there are several great HBCUs out there, but it is basically a way for us to showcase our culture. And I plan on doing that to the best of my, benefit while I'm over there.
So what does that mean to you in regards to, showcasing? You're the only HBCU style band that is coming to London. What does that mean to you, and how much of an impact do you want that to be for your students?
Well, one thing that I told my staff members for one is that I don't want the perception to be because we are traditional that we're going to just come out here and dance the whole time. I do want them to show the musicality side. I want them to show that we can dance, but we also are musically inclined as well. So it means a lot. We're still trying to define exactly what our presence will be in London, but we want to make sure that it's wise. We want to be more than anything, we want to have a professional image, and just represent our city very well.
Like we discussed earlier, you have a fundraiser going on in order for your students to come over here. What has that been like, or what are some ways that people can help you?
Sure. Well, for one, they can visit our website, which is www.soswarriors.com. And once you click on the website on the homepage, you'll see that we have a raffle. I'm going to put my phone up for a second. Now, within the raffle tickets are $100, but with it, they can win a 2023 BMW 330i. They can win the second place prize would be a 2023 Hyundai Venture. The third prize would be a full service VIP yacht cruise for up to 13 people. Fourth place would be 18 hole golf for 8 with lunch. Fourth place would be 18 hole gold golf for 4. And then sixth place will receive an 85-inch Samsung flat screen TV. So the raffle tickets are only $100. You can win any of those things. We also have a Fundly account as well where you can just send donations. So those are the two things we have going on here locally. We do have a team dance that's going to be this weekend at a water park. We do have car washes and we do have dinner sales coming up, within the next week and a half. So we are most definitely busting our behind. But to raise $50,000, and I have to speak truth. My program is the majority of the people in my program they can't afford London. London, the overall price for London is $500,000. And when I throw that price at people, they're like, wow, that's $500,000. But to take 120 kids to London, and it includes everything. It includes our transportation from here to the airport. It includes the plane ticket for 120 students, passports for 120 students. It includes, when we get to London, our hotel stay for a full week, transportation for a full week in London, their meals, and same thing reverse coming back. So, that's currently where we are right now.
As a director, that is not an easy task, or that's
It
not.
is. It is one of the most stressful things that I have experienced out of my musical journey. And it's a few pros and cons by doing a community band versus doing it within the public system. For one, when we're in the public system, if a child is able to, to pay for a trip, we have like it was called a kitty that we can pull from out of to help those kids. Well, with me, it's completely different. When a child does not pay, someone has to pay that gap. And when you have like 75 kids paying, but then you have 20 that can't afford to pay, we can't cancel the trip if we have invested within those 75. So that makes me or my staff, which has happened, it happens every year. We have to go out our personal pocket and spend our personal money on kids. So like I get paid to be a teacher, but a lot of times we have to do that, but we don't mind doing that. The another disadvantage is when I became the community director, myself or my staff, we don't get paid not $1 for this. We do this 100% volunteer. Where based off of in the district, I got a teacher check and a stipend to do after school band. So it's a strong passion of the reason why we're doing that. And this is the reason why we don't have the sources and the funding as other schools would. So without the community support, for sure 120 kids are going to be disappointed. And to me, that would be horrible because we're representing all of America. And even with the raffles, you don't even have to stay in Florida. Anybody can buy the raffle anywhere around the world and you can win the prizes, you know. So
Right.
those are just some advantages versus our pros and cons that I have noticed by being a public director versus doing it on our own. It's extremely hard. And then here, you know, we're located at a public school, but I have to still pay rent here. We do pick kids up from different schools, but I'm 100% independent. So it's myself and my dad. Like I'm my own bus driver. So even my whole day as I teach throughout the day, I get off of work, I instantly hop on the bus, I start picking up kids. When we get back, it's time for the homework help program followed by band. And then after band, I hop back in the bus and drop each kid back off. So I do that 4 days a week. My day, my alarm goes off at 6:30. When I get home, it's like around 10:30 that night. So a lot of days I go the whole day without eating. I don't mind doing that because I have a strong passion for our community and our band. But I say that to say that we do need community support. And without the community support, it is not going to happen.